So I kind of view this as AI does AC. We got artificial intelligence doing Alice Cooper, and a darn fine job indeed. Uh, uh, I stumbled across a site. The algorithm said you seem like the person that would want to like one of these videos, and they were right. And then I jumped to the site to do it. So what we're talking about, folks, is T3GRIDY Films on YouTube. We'll provide a link in the description to it. And you need to go out and subscribe because they're creating some, or he's creating some pretty awesome stuff. And only has like 112 subscribers so far. So, so that needs to change because check this content out and you'll see why. But has done a variety of things. There's some Marvel stuff. There's different things there. But what is of most interest to Mike and I, of course, is a very robust Alice Cooper catalog where he's done kind of AI generated films of various songs of Alice Cooper, plus what looks like, I'm going to guess, probably AI music that he's come up with a couple of other songs that don't really exist until they were created. Then we'll talk about some in a little bit. But the links in the description to see it. Did you get a chance to check a few of these out for the show, sir?
Couple of them, yeah. I was perusing. I haven't done the deep dive that I want to do yet.
Yeah, I had done a lot of the original Alice, the stuff that was clearly Alice songs. What I missed, and I have to double check when these came into being, but they now have Alice Cooper and Kiss Save Santa on there, done in this format, as well as Alice Cooper Saves Christmas from the Cyber Grinch. I think they might have worked with a few of the bands that I worked with on Mike's birthday video. And we'll have to see. I know that the Donner Party Bed and Breakfast has been busy. Just, doors have been knocked down after their tank has just, it's taken the airways by storm. So if you haven't done that, you should check that out. We'll give you a link in the description to that as well for Mike's birthday EP. Subtle plugging. You'll have to check that out as well. But yeah, it was cool. I came across it, and I think that the first one that came up was Brutal Planet, which big favorite of my song and a pretty cool video. And then I was really impressed with the cross section because this person's obviously an Alice fan because things are showing up here that aren't going to show up for the casual Alice Cooper listener. Can't Sleep or The Clowns Will Eat Me. That's not showing up on most folks' stuff. Space Pirates, way back from an early one, on a kind of an all-star album at that point in time that also included John Entwistle. But Space Pirate, Flash was the kind of rock opera of that, and Alice played a space pirate. Or I guess he played Flash. I'm sorry. When he sang the song "I'm Flash," but also Space Pirate as well. So pretty cool songs there. Um, really good. This is the kind of create the AI image, do the motion generation stuff, done really well. Um, I'm not sure done as well as the official Pagan Ride video, also available off the our YouTube channel. We'll include a link in the description to that as well for that fine piece of artwork. But really cool stuff. I do have 99% props. Great song selection. Doing some original stuff sounds really clever. The execution of the songs has been pretty good. I do have a couple quibbles. Uh, do you have any quibbles? Because I have a feeling we will have some shared quibbles.
Well, let's hear yours first, sir.
Okay. My number one is that Alice sports a guitar in a lot of these, which I was trying to sort out because obviously this person knows Alice Cooper well and would know that about the only time Alice has sported a guitar was for I'm 18 on like his the Carnival tour on a night where I might have had too many Diet Cokes and had to be informed the next morning. Say, oh yeah, Alice played the guitar. You remember that? And I was like, he did. Yeah, during I'm 18. So, oh shoot. Um, so lesson learned there. So I kept my wits about me and stayed off the Diet Coke for most of my future Alice concerts. But Alice doesn't do guitar much. So that was there. My guess on that is as he's providing the kind of cue to the AI to generate the image, he's saying, create a long black hair, rock and roller, leather jacket. And I think it said, well, I better put a guitar on that person. And with my own experience in kind of playing with AI and images, sometimes when it's decided, and this happened to me a lot doing the pagan ride at Disney, I was like, no, don't do that. I don't want that. And I would actually say things like, no, don't put both hands, don't have both their hands out. And I wouldn't say no with their hands not out. And I would try everything, hands in lap, but nope, the hands are going to be up. And there's sometimes there's some things you can't shake out of the algorithm. At least I was not competent enough to do it. So my guess is, depending on what they came up with a series of instructions that gave them a moderately, it's certainly Alice reminiscent figure, but it looks a little bit more like some gene splicing between John Hamm and Alice and maybe Jeff Goldblum. So it's kind of somewhere in there. So it's, it's Alice has a very distinctive facial features, and this reoccurring character is a little more John Hamm-y to me. And he's got a guitar a lot. So those are the two things to say, but I get it. I mean, there's only so much you're going to be able to do because this isn't a deep fake. This is something different. And so that's what you got to kind of accept with some of the new AI tools that are out there. But those are my two big quibbles. Um,
Yeah, I'm with you on the guitar thing. That was the thing that really stuck out to me. But again, same thing. I was like, well, this is obviously an AI issue. Like it's the way it's putting the information together. Alice Cooper is a singer of a rock band and rock band guitars. So it's easy to see how these connections are being made and how it'd be tough to kind of break that, but keep the overall theme. So
yeah,
I get it.
yeah, I could kind of see saying, I want him to do this and kind of walk across the frame and doing that, and you get all the motion and interaction that you want to, but there's this guitar hanging around his shoulder, and you're like, well, I'll live with that because everything else is great. Everything else is on track. The so I said super creative, doing a great job putting these together. Also looks like some original stuff as well. So wanted to alert the Alice Cooper fans out there. This is out there. It's absolutely worth a look. Tons of good stuff out there. All different parts of the catalog are represented. Skeletons in the Closets, Special Forces has at least two entries in the list so far, which is pretty remarkable. Skeletons in the Closet, or Skeletons in My Closet, is there, which is one of my favorite songs off of Special Forces. That's great. Uh, I love Special Forces overall, so basically any song I mention I like. But Prettiest Cop on the Block, super, super song. Of all the videos of his that I've watched so far, uh, that was the least pleasant experience for me. A lot of fishnet, a lot of guys in fishnet that I don't think it was their strongest look, and it just was a tougher watch for me. So that's the only one I've been kind of like, I could live without that one. I could do that. Also hope he stays away from Cold Ethel. Being kind of my hope. Uh,
I don't.
yeah, I know you don't, but um, Sick Things would be another pretty cool one, I think. But I think Cold Ethel can stay on the cutting room floor as far as my blood goes
Needs
for
to
now.
happen.
Yeah, but check out Prettiest Cop on the Block. See if you agree with me or you want to do something else. Like I said, I just was particularly impressed with the variety and kind of some deep cut choices on things. Because absolutely Can't Sleep with the Clowns Will Eat Me is a song that deserved a video, and it's a pretty great video. But he's got a guitar in it occasionally, so it's like, just wish that wasn't there. But so can we expect some Rust Belt AI anytime soon, or some pagan AI of this ilk?
Possibly. I mean, I'm definitely open to that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I know AI is kind of like the popular buzzword for stuff, but like algorithm based stuff has been around for a long, long time, much longer than people realize. So people freaking out about this and how it's going to, steal jobs away from humans and stuff like that. I don't know how to tell them that this has been going on for decades. So sorry. It's I don't know if you remember a little while back, everybody was suddenly an expert on mastering albums. And because people had learned about this idea of the loudness war, where certain bands were compressing the audio in their albums a great deal just to make it louder to play on car speakers and things like that. And you're of course losing some sound quality. That had been happening forever. People, that kind of compression had been around for decades, literally. And people just found out about it. So now they heard it. And everybody was an expert on mastering at that point, which made it frustrating when I was mastering albums. People be like, oh, I want to do this with it. And I'm like, those are just words you heard. Like, you don't know what any of that means, what you just said.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
everyone becomes an expert when
yeah.
it's nice when some of the stuff gets democratized, where
Yeah.
you are given more capabilities. Whether it's and Audacity continues to make some pretty huge strides. That had I the knowledge that approached anything close to what you have about this stuff, there's stuff in Audacity I think that would be super useful for me to clean some audio up and do some things. But I like, but they're making it available for free, and it's pretty good capabilities. On the AI side, there is a lot of things, and on a remarkably, I'm sure, uninteresting to everybody else, but I'm going to share it because it's our show and that's what we do. Um, yeah, AI has been around for a while because I was cleaning off an old computer, and I'm a bit of a digital pack rat in terms of keeping lots of things. And one of the things I had kept was it was the start of a series of short stories because I had written there was a guy in a creative writing class, and for his term paper, I wrote the story for him. And so, because he didn't want to, and he paid me some money for it. So I wrote him and came up with, because we're big Alice Cooper fans, the main character was Dr. Dennis Dunaway was the main character. And so did that
Nice.
for him. I really liked the story and kind of stuff. And so then I had started to put together a couple other short stories to it. And one of them, it was like an excerpt from a speech that he was giving at an AI conference. And so I'm writing that, and it's a paragraph or two long. I'm reading through it and going like, yeah, I guess this stuff has been around for a little while because it was written just shortly when I was out of college. There were 50 states at the time I graduated. We were full at that point. Well, maybe we're full. I don't know. We were at the 50 anyway. But it was some time ago. But I read through and I was like, yeah, that could be a talk today. It's kind of the same thing. So yeah, a lot of this stuff has been around for a while. Some of it's a little more accessible now, and then you've just, of course,
Yeah,
got
I think it's just more accessible. And that's what it, and now everybody knows about it. So everybody's an expert on it, but they don't realize, like, I can't tell you how many musicians have said to me, like, isn't this crazy? You can generate music with an algorithm now. I was like, I don't know how to tell you this. There's been algorithm based music since the 1980s. The first the first commercially released album with generated music on it was from Brian Eno in like 90 or 91. So, almost 40 years ago. But I know you heard about this last week. So it's brand new and it's going to take away your talent.
yeah, yeah. There was no www.brianeno.com make your own
Right.
song at that point. We
Yeah.
could just kind of fire it up and be able to create a piece of music that was 1 minute long with no commercial rights to it. So that wasn't there at that point in time.
Yeah.
Uh, but uh, but it is now. But yeah, this is just cool. I think he's doing a great job. He needs his subscriber count is woefully inadequate for the quality of stuff he's putting together. So get out there after you subscribe to the Blog Panda YouTube channel and check out our store with all our really cool non-AI generated t-shirts. It's done the old-fashioned way by child labor and check
Well,
those things.
that's a really good point too, that we use child labor. As far just going back to the AI thing for a second, what's funny, so I'll use just myself as an example. We did a video that was all stop motion animation. And the way that we did it was the lyric video for Skeleton for the rap version of it. That's all hand done. So everything was put together in Photoshop, printed out, and then everything was crumpled up to give it that look. And then it was hand animated one shot at a time. It took like 6 months to make that video with one guy working on that day and night and other people helping here and there for 6 months straight. Not a single person thinks that was done by hand. I've gotten so many over the couple years since that's been out. So many people are like, "Oh, what program did you use for this?" Or "What program did you?" None. That's a camera and one guy sitting there hand cutting things out and animating it. So people don't know the difference. Is the other part of it. So I'm not trying to take anything away from the people who put in the time to do that, but the reality is that people don't know the difference. So I'm pro technology.
Yep, it all it took you was a camera and an 8-year-old who worked for food, and so it was a
Worked
great
for
deal.
food for 6 months straight.
6 months straight. Getting hungry? I eat a couple more frames here. Chop chop.
Get
But
another second done. That's another chip for you.
that's right. These are Pringles. There's a lot of individual chips in this. So that'd be a good route to go. But yeah, now check it out. It's good stuff. And there's multiple links available as well in there for other things for you to check out. Already mentioned our fine T-shirts. There's also Bog Panda Vision, where out of the kindness of our hearts, we provide free ROMs to you for your Game Boy, and now NES systems as well as a Doom level. And that two maps are done. Third map is it's putting the tinsel on the Christmas tree now. Just it's a little more work, getting things done, coming across a couple of unexpected things to say, oh, that's actually good because this is the way I thought you'd play it, and now I screwed up and I'm trying to play it a different way, and it's like, you still can do that. There is a couple things with this level that I am slightly concerned with that there's ways to break it, and I don't think I'm gonna fix that. Or maybe I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll create a secret room that'll let you fix it if you kind of do something highly unexpected. But I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like the new level. It's a pretty diverse one. So we got Doom levels. So we've got Doom maps, NES games, Game Boy games. Uh, the world's greatest C64 code ever written by the Mozart of Commodore Basic, Mike, and more stuff to come. So we'll keep loading it up, and we just give it to you for free because we like you. And so maybe you could like us back, hit a video or two. That'd be great. Anything else, sir?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bog Panda.